Welcome back to the channel. Here's some wording about the Capitol. The Capitol, the historic site of the seat of Virginia's colonial government for 75 years. Here in May 1765, Patrick Henry denounced the Stamp Act, and on May 15th, 1776, the Virginia Convention unanimously proposed that the Continental Congress declare the United Colonies free and independent states. On June 12, 1776, a Virginia Convention approved George Mason's Declaration of Rights, and on June 29th adopted the first Constitution of the new Commonwealth of Virginia. As we carry on, we are going down Duke of Glouster Street. So all my times you come to the city, seeing these buildings have been reconstructed. The one we're about to see on the right is the newest. This is Art Charlton's Coffee House. I'm not sure what the building on the left is. Here we have it. Charlton's Coffee House, constructed as a store and residence in 1750. The building was converted into a coffee house and operated by Richard Charlton in the mid-1760s. In October 1765, the coffee house was the scene of resistance to the British Parliament Stamp Act. Reconstructed was generously supported by Forrest and Deborah Morse. The Charlton stage is generally supported by James L. McDonald. And as we move on, at the Charlton stage today, at 10:30, visit with the nation builder James Madison. At 1 o'clock, visit a nation builder George Wythe. 2:30, visit a nation builder George Mason with a nation builder James Madison. All shows weather permitting. As we move on, this is Edinburgh Cafe, or Castle. Edinburgh Castle Tavern, reconstructed by John Burdett, kept the tavern here as a sign of Edinburgh Castle. His daughter, later Christina Campbell, was also a welcome-known tavern keeper, and we saw that first thing this morning. As we move on, we are going west down Duke of Gloucester Street. We will come back east later. To the right is the John Crump House, reconstructed. John Crump House, built about 1719, this building housed a number of taverns. Over the century, it was purchased in 1789 by jailer John Crump, who continued the tradition. Moving forward. Now, I might not get to all the buildings, but I'll try to get as many as I can. Like I said, this is going to take a while. To the right is To the right here, this is Nicholson's store. Nicholson's store, the original building, Taylor merchant Robert Nicholson ran this business here. He supplied uniforms to the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. Good on him. This right here is the apothecary. Pasteur and Galt Apothecary Shop. William Pasteur and James John Menzengold traveled to England to study medicine before returning to Williamsburg to practice. They were partners in the apothecary shop from 1775 to 1778. In addition to dispensing drugs, they provided surgical, midwifery, and general medical services. The Pasteur and Galt Apothecary is preserved through the generosity of Eli Lilly and Company, 1996, as we move forward. This is Schurner Store reconstructed. Excuse me for my pronunciation. Merchant Joseph Schurner bought this house in 1762. He lived here and operated a grocery-type business until his death in 1772. As we move forward. This is the Alexander Craig House. It's an original building. Successful settler Alexander Craig acquired this house in 1755. He lived in the left portion and operated his business on the right until his death in 1776. As we move forward. To the right in the building behind here is the Raleigh Tavern Bake Shop. They have anything from coffee, hot cider, to root beer, you name it, pastries and whatnot. It's a good choice of variety of choices. Now, all these buildings are important, but this one is one of the most important. It's the Raleigh Tavern. The Raleigh Tavern was a place for men to come and relax, lodge, entertain, and other things. This is where the House of Burgesses, when they were dissolved by the governor, came here to meet as a body. As we move on. I'm not really sure what this building is. Actually, this is John Carter's store, and it's reconstructed. And before I move forward, to let you know that the Raleigh Tavern was the first exhibition building built and opened by the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation. So John Carter's store is reconstructed, built in 1765 by merchant John Carter and his brothers. The right half of the building operated as a general store for nearly 30 years. We're moving forward. Next on our right, we're going to James Craig Jeweler. And the Golden Ball. And this is a reconstruction. The Golden Ball reconstruction opened in 1765 by London jeweler and silversmith James Craig. The Golden Ball was universally recognized as a sign of a jeweler. As we move forward. This next shop is the Hunter Millinery. And Margaret Hunter's shop, original building. This is original. Beginning about 1770, English milliner Margaret Hunter made hats and cloaks, mounted fans, and sold various clothing accessories here. As we move forward, this is the Liberty Lounge. This is for a place for military personnel and retired and veterans to go and sit and get out of the elements and have coffee and whatnot. Um, no extra cost. As we move forward, this is the Russell House and is reconstruction built about 1745. The house was purchased in 1774 by William Russell, clerk of the Virginia Court of Maryland and the Williamsburg District Court. As we move forward, this next building is the Prentice House, reconstructed. This was the home of successful merchant William Prentice and his wife, Mary Brooke Prentice. Their business, Prentice Store, stands a block to the west. Moving forward, and that's where we are going. We are going west. We are now crossing Bonaparte Street. We're on to Glouster, crossing Bonaparte. Please disregard the noise of the workers this morning. This is the William Pitt Store, reconstructed. A successful succession of businesses operated here during the 18th century. Merchant William Pitt sold his hats, clothing, houseware, and other goods here during the Revolution. And as we move forward, this is William Waters' house, reconstructed. Wealthy planter William Waters lived here from about 1750 until his death in 1767. His widow, Sarah, owned the house for an additional 30 years. A lot of these houses and buildings are used as hotels, chalets, and some are private homes of people who still live in the city. This is William Waters' storehouse, reconstructed. The storehouse on the site was operated by a succession of merchant William Waters owned the building from about 1750 until 1667. I'm going to pause for a minute and tell a story that I didn't know until a couple of months ago, that there is a difference between store, the term store, not really now, but back then the term store, and shop. The term store was named because of a place that sold general goods, hence general store. A shop like the printer, the carpenter, whatever trade 18th century trades may be, those are called shops. As we move forward, this is Holt's store. It was reconstructed. William Holt kept a general store here from 1760 to 1770. Later occupants included milliner Mary Dickinson and merchant John Lewis. As we move on, next is Mr. Du Bois Grocer. And this was a grocery store back in the time. Okay, so Hunter store reconstructed, built about 1772. This building was occupied by grocer M. Du Bois. Until the late 1770s, he sold a variety of goods, including coffee, sugar, and Scotch snuff. Moving forward. We're getting ready to come up on the post office and printing office. We're not going to go down to the printing office and choose